Good morning children, welcome to our English class. Today we are going to talk about tenses because in our previous exercise we learnt about past tense. We did not learn about it but we came across simple past tense. In order to learn past tense you should know the other forms of tenses. So now we look into tenses. What are tenses? We know there are three types, right? The present tense, past tense and future tense. So present tense, we are talking about the actions that we do now, we are doing, and then will be doing at some point of time. In the same way, past tense means we are talking about already finished actions. Those can be like some things we have done in the past at some point of time, or some things are done every single day which count under past tense. Now future tense means the things or the actions that will be taken place in the near future, which could be tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 5 years later, so any point of time. Now let's see present tense. Now each tense has different set of rules which came under a certain subheadings. Let's see. First one is simple present. In the same way, simple past and simple future. We are not going to deal with future tense today, but we will look into simple present and simple past because that is all you need for your exercises. If we have enough time after finishing our syllabus, then I will go through all the tenses again because tenses are very useful for you, so that you have to use in your daily language. Without tenses, there is no proper language. Now let's see simple present and simple past. And let's see what are the other forms as well. They are present continuous tense. I'm just writing in shortcut. When we go through, I'll write it in detail. Past continuous tense and past simple present, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense. In the same way here also, past perfect tense and past perfect continuous tense. Don't worry about this, we will write it in detail once we go through every single stage of this. Now let's see simple present. Simple present, we have structures for every timeline or the speech that we go through. Now here for simple present, subject plus verb plus object. Verb means here it is a V1 form, which is the first form of the action word that we use. Subject, about whom we are talking, that will be the subject, and object is and what they are doing. So in Telugu we have karta, karma, kriya, right? So karta will be subject, karma means object, and kriya means verb. Kriya means action word, no? So I don't want to teach in Telugu, but many of you are requesting me to explain it in Telugu. Once we go through, then I'll explain it to you in Telugu as well. Now coming to simple past, the structure will be subject plus V2 form of the verb plus object. This is all that you have to remember for this tense, and this is all that you have to remember. As long as you are perfect with the structures, you can never go wrong with the sentences. Now let's see a few examples and we'll convert them into simple past as well. So the first example, in our next class I will give you definitions as well. At the moment I don't have everything handy, so I'm just brainstorming and giving you all the details that I have. So the first example that we are going to look is Ravi plays cricket. Now if you see, what do you see here? Subject. About whom we are talking? Ravi. And what did he do? What is the action that he did? Play. And what is the object? Cricket. Now, in the same way, if we go to simple past, here plays means he will play today, he knows how to play, he will play tomorrow, he can play any time. So that is a simple present. He plays cricket means he know Ravi cricket aadtadu. That is it. Now when we are talking about simple past, examples, and we will convert the same examples so that we will understand better. The first one, Ravi played cricket. All that you have to understand here is we are not giving any set of timeline. So Ravi plays cricket. Ravi cricket aadtadu. He knows how to play. Ravi played cricket. Aadadu. We don't know. It could be yesterday. It could be 10 years back. It could be 5 years back. So there is no set of timeline that we are giving here. And there are few things, few other things that we use here. Sun rises in the east. Sun rises in the east, which means it is rising today, it has risen today. Will it rise tomorrow or not? It will. So it is a universal action. The earth rotates around it. So the earth rotates around the sun. So which means it is a continuous action, but it happens today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. It has been happening since the earth is formed. So you should understand quite easily that we use simple present for universal actions as well. So here if we are talking about simple past, all we'll say is the sun rise, rose, risen in the east. So the sun rose in the east, which means it has already risen. So we are maybe I'm talking today. I'm telling the sun rose in the east, which means today in the east the sun has risen. Tomorrow it will happen again, and then once the action is completed, it will become past tense. We'll go through a few more examples, then it will be much more clearer for you. The third one, if you see, I eat mangoes. I eat mangoes, which means I eat mangoes. నేను తింటాను, ఇప్పుడు తింటాను, రేపు తింటాను, ఎప్పుడో తిన్నాను, తింటూనే ఉంటాను, నా ఇష్టం. But if you are coming to the past tense, I ate mangoes. So I already ate. I'm not telling you when I ate. It might be few seconds back, it might be an hour back, it might be a week back. So there is no specific timeline that we are talking about in simple tenses. Simple present or simple past, we are not giving any certain timeline. All we are talking about is actions that happen every day, that happened previously. In simple past, actions that happened previously. In simple present, that actions happen every day. So these are few examples. If we take a number of examples and then keep converting them here into simple past, it will be clear for you. Now if you see here, subject. In the first one, Ravi is the subject, play is the verb, and cricket is the object. In the next one, if you see, sun is the subject because we are talking about sun. What did sun do? Rose in the east. So the action, rising is the action, rises, and the object in the east. Next, I, subject, eat. I eat is the action. We all know verb forms. We all know verbs, no? We discussed in many classes. Eat, drink, jump, run, talk, sing, dance. All these are actions that we do. Unless there is no action, that doesn't count as a verb. So if we see here, the beginning, we are talking about somebody. Here we are talking about Ravi, here we are talking about sun, here we are talking about myself. So all these come under subject, and all these come under verbs because they are actions, and the objects are these. In the same way here also, there is nothing to worry. V1 is the simplest form and V2 is the past form. So completed actions. You should know verb forms very thoroughly. Maybe probably in our next class I will give you a detailed verb description and words that help you. Now here also, the only thing that changes is the verb form, the action. Here we will talk about action that can be done, that is being done or something like that. Here V2 form is the action that is already done. It already happened previously. It could be yesterday, long back, week ago, day before yesterday. It could be any time, but it could be few hours ago, but it counts as a past tense. Now Ravi, subject, played. Here we used play. Here we are talking about played. So here he plays, he know how to play and he'll play. Here he already played. We don't know if he'll play tomorrow. But we are talking about a finished action, completed action. Now these are few examples. If you want to write, you can pause your video and then you can write. And I'm going to give you a few more examples. And then with that we'll close simple present and simple past. Okay children? Now let's see the fourth example. They go to school. Here, they means we are talking about a group of people or group of children. So, students maybe. They, subject, go. Going is an action now. Somebody has to go. Then only it will become an action. V1 form of the verb. And where do they go? To the school. So, they go to school. Here, this is simple present. They will go today, they will go tomorrow, they will go all the year. So, we are talking about an action that can be done in a simple way. And here we will talk about the same example and we will convert it into simple past. They, what are the verb forms for they? Go. Go, went, gone. You cannot say go, going, gone, all those things. It is go, went, gone. So when we are talking, because go becomes V1, went becomes V2 and gone becomes V3. So these are the verb forms. In this context, in this sentence, we are going to use it. They, because V2, the structure says you have to use V2. Then they went to school. Now, we are saying they went to school. We are not giving any timeline. Okay? They went to school. Next one. Geeta sings nicely. Geeta sings nicely or Geeta sings beautifully. You can use any sort of object here. Now if we can, Geeta sings nicely means she sings today, she sings tomorrow. She is capable of singing. That is what we are talking about. Geeta paatlu paadutundi. So, ba padutundi ani cheptunna. It is a simple action. Now, when we are coming to past, past means we are talking about finished actions, completed actions. In that case, what we will do? In that case, it is Geeta sang nicely. Now, here the only thing that changes is the verb. Now, what are the verb forms for sing? Sing, sang, sung. Okay? So, V1, V2, V3. Right? So, sing, So we look into another example. Telly runs fast. Okay, that is one of the examples. Now, when we are talking about the past tense, we'll talk about Telly. And what is the V1 form? Run, ran, run. Run. Right. Now Telly ran fast. So the only variation for simple present and simple past is the verb. You have to know all these verb forms. Make a note of these, children, and we will write. We will see, if we want, we will see more examples. So I hope it is clear for you. Simple present, we are talking about actions that will happen tomorrow, that will happen, that are happening. But when it is in a certain point of time, like immediately, then it is continuous tense. Now I'll give you few verb forms, few words that so you will know how to write the verbs, actually how to use them. What are the V1, V2 and V3 forms of the verbs? As much as I can remember, I will give you. Okay, children? So, verb forms. Don't get confused to degrees of comparison because they vary. Now, V1, V2, V3. Let's see a few verbs. First one is sing, sang, sung. Read, read, read. Now here the spelling is same for in all the cases, but still you have to read it differently. The pronunciation differs. Read, read, read. Read means you're asking somebody to read now or later. Read. When teacher says that go read and come, it means you have to go read and come. And here I already read, means I finished reading. And this is also the V3 form. So next one, go, went, gone. The only difference between the degrees of comparison and with because we also have like 3 words there, right? When we are talking about, see, in our previous class, one of the classes I told you, beautiful, more beautiful, and most beautiful. So here we were talking about the we were comparing them, how the range of comparison there. And here we always talk about adjectives. We do not talk about verbs. We talk about adjectives. Now here, that is why we say good. Good is a quality, no? So that is a quality, that is not an action. And when we are talking about verb forms, it is completely actions that somebody can do. Okay? Don't get confused with those and these. Now, jump, jumped, jumped. Ring. Ringing means making a phone call or ringing. Not this ring. Ring, rang, rung. Eat, ate, eaten. Shall I erase this? Eat, ate, eaten. So, how many actions are there? Write, wrote, written, cannot say Saturn. I will tell you in our next class why there is a difference. In some certain cases we add en, and certain cases they just remain the same in V2 and V3 forms. Now sit, sat, sat. We should think about more verbs, more action words. What do we do? Write, wrote, written, sit, sat, sat, jump, read, sing, sing, sang, sung. Already done, no? So any more? We have an exercise in the textbook. So see, fight. Fight means fighting with somebody. You have to do an action, no? Fight, fought, fought. You cannot say fight, fitten, fitten. Fight, fought, fought. And arrive. Arrive is also, it is an action that you have to come, no? So arrive, arrived, arrived. Okay. And play, we already looked at play, no? Play, played, played. Cook. Cooking is also an action, right? So you have to do. It's not like pretending. I'm not talking about the action in the movies. Action means you have to do something to make it happen. Cook, cooked, cooked. Okay, children. There are a lot of action words, lot of verbs that we know. So you try to write many of them, the rest of them. Now what I want to say is, let's see one example with simple present and simple past, okay, using some of these. Now, see, simple present. What is the structure? Subject plus V1 form of the verb plus object. Now subject means it could be anybody, any person or anything we are talking about. Now Raju, Raju is the subject and V1 form. So we are not talking about these two. V1 means we have to pick something from here, which is, let's say, fight. Okay, Raju F-I-G-H-T-S, fights in the class. So he fights with somebody in the class.